This video is not for translation, while learning translation. This video is helpful for the students of class 11, 12 of ISC board and for the graduation students too. Today I will talk about rhetoric. Rhetoric. As we hear the sound rhetoric, it is derived from Greek word rhetor. That means a public speaker. So in short we can say rhetoric means the way of good speaking, the way of persuasive speaking, so that the audience may get impressed. Okay, our way of talking will be an impressive one, so that the audience who are learning, who are listening to me, get impressed with the words, with the jugglery of words I use. So today I will also talk about rhetoric and grammar. So what is the difference between rhetoric and grammar? So grammar is a set of rules applied to write correct English, speak correct English. And rhetoric also is a complete set of rules that enhances the way of speaking, that makes our language impressive, attractive, enchanting. And rhetoric has nothing to do with the grammar in this sense. Rhetoric makes us speak good English, impressive English. Okay, we will not discuss more about here. Is that clear? Now, I am giving you figures of speech. What are figures of speech? Figures of speech are the rhetoric ornament in which our speeches, in which our correct speeches are clothed. Figures of speech. So how many figures of speech? Okay, now I am showing you a page. You have to see this page, this book. Can you see it? Can you see it? Say yes or no. Annie, can you see it? So this book, see how many divisions are there. Is that clear? Now, figures of speech. Figures of speech comes under rhetoric. I have already told you that figures of speech are rhetorical ornament in which our correct speeches are clothed. Okay. Now, it is based on similarity, based on association, based on contrast, based on imagination, based on indirectness, based on sound. Today I will talk about based on similarity. Number one, as you have just seen the front page of the book, based on similarity. Based on similarity. Figures based on similarity. Based on Similarity. Okay. And which one comes under similarity? Simile is the first. Second one is metaphor. Second one is metaphor. Third one is allegory. Fourth one is A, B, C, D, parable. E, fable. Now, today I will talk about simile, metaphor, allegory, parable and fable. Now I am coming to two easy ones, that is parable. Parable, there is a parable. In the parable, there is a story in which animals or birds or trees behave like human beings. They talk like human beings. That is what we call parable. In the books of class 8 you can find it. Okay? It is not generally given. Fable. Fable you have read about this one in the parable of Good Samaritan. This is very famous one, you know very well. Parable. So what is the difference between fable and parable? In parable, there is a story which has a lesson at the end. It has also a lesson, but this moral lesson. This parable has a moral which is associated with religion. Okay, this is also not given in syllabus. What comes? Allegory. Allegory is a poem that is associated with a religious thought that starts from beginning and comes at the end. The entire poem can be an allegory. That is the difference. Now, what is given in the general question papers? Okay, which line is a simile and which is a metaphor, and you can find them in various poems. Okay, in your syllabus. And now I am talking about simile. Is that clear? Now, the very word simile, the same word simile comes from the Latin word similis, meaning like or likeness. Meaning like or likeness. You don't have to learn. This is not going to be asked in your question papers. So what you have to remember is what is simile and how you can identify what is simile or metaphor. You have to differentiate it. You have to find out and write down which part contains the comparison. Okay? Okay. Simile here comes from similis. That is a Latin word. Okay? Means I am writing also. Okay? Similis, similis means like or likeness. Like or likeness. Like or likeness. This is a Latin word. Simile comes from similis, which means like or likeness. You have heard something about something like that. You are like a moon. You are like a moon. That means I am just giving a very simple example. Okay? And this example is from prose. You are like a moon. You are like a dog in everyday life you use. You are like a dog. Okay? Now, here a human being is compared to a dog, not with a dog. You are like a dog. Here, you has been compared to a dog. And the likeness is shown by like. Is that clear? Here, the two different persons are different objects are, I beg your pardon, different objects are compared here. But they are separate, you can find it by the word like. You can understand that two are different things, different objects. You can understand it because like. And if I write here, you are walking, then you cannot understand that the two are different. Here, simile, the first point is that two persons must be different. That you cannot say like you are like my mother. They are human beings. And this comparison is not apt. Is that clear? This similarity is not apt. That you cannot say this is a simile. But if the comparisons are two different objects, okay, like you and a dog, there is a similarity between a dog and human being is being expressed here. Is that clear? And which word is showing that they are two different things? Like. So in similes you can find like as, you can find it. Now I am giving you another example. Okay. runs like a cheetah. Okay, see here. The comparison is between two different objects in nature, two different things in nature. Okay, the first one is human being, the another one is cheetah, an animal, and the different is being shown by light. Okay, here what are the objects are being compared here? The man and a cheetah is being compared here. They are two different things. You can write it. Okay, then how will you write it? Is the question. How will you write it? If you find any such question in exam, you can write answer right. Okay, if it is for 1 mark or 2 marks, you can write this is a case of simile. Okay, this is a case of simile. You can write also this is an example of simile. You can write also this is an instance of simile. Okay, and you can also write, if you don't find any such suitable word, you can write this is a simile. Okay, here two words not two objects the man this is single quotation. Okay, you can also place a bar below the man. Okay, man and cheetah single quotation begins, single quotation ends here. There are two objects, man and cheetah, are compared. They are different in nature. The similarity is shown by, you can also write now I am the similarity is shown by the word like. Is that clear? Okay. Now I am giving a very good example of simile from a poem. Okay? Sometimes you have to zoom your phone in order to get the full view and raise your sound according to your like. Okay. Now red as a rose, red as a rose is C. Now see here. Here the comparison is between two different objects. C is compared to a rose. The word which is showing the likeness between a rose and C is as red as a rose is C. And now I am just reversing the pattern. C is as red as a C is as red as a rose. Okay, sorry. C is red as a rose. Now it becomes clear. Okay? That means C is compared. Now this is a case of simile. Now I am writing this one. How can you write it? Okay? This is an example of simile. Here two different objects and I have just changed the pattern of writing. Okay, in the previous one I have written something that is different from now. Okay, this is an example of simile. Here two different objects. So which are the different objects? C and rose are compared. The comparison is shown by as by the word as. This is complete now. Okay? Now I am just telling you, a rose is a different word. It's a plant. See, as you can imagine, as you are feeling that she can be a human being. Okay? So red as a rose is C. This is an example of simile. Here two different objects. Which are the different objects? A rose and C. These two are different. One is human being and another is a plant. The comparison is shown by which word? As. That is different. Now, if my Hindi viewers are seeing, I am just going to tell you something about this one simile. Okay? I will talk about metaphor the very next day. Okay? Yeah, in my very next class. Now, if anybody is listening to me or seeing the video, I am just start talking in Hindi. Okay? just in very short lines I am giving you. तो पैराबल किसको कहते हैं? जिसमें एक स्टोरी होती है, जिसमें एक लेसन होता है. ये लेसन क्या होगा? हमारा रिलीजन से संबंधित रहता है. रिलीजन में सबको जनरली हम लोग उसमें देते हैं. ठीक है, ये हो गया पैराबल. फेबल किसको कहते हैं? जिसमें एनिमल कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं और जो कि ह्यूमन की तरह बिहेव करते हैं, उसको हम लोग फेबल्स करते हैं. और उसके बाद आती है एलिगोरी. एलिगोरी में एक पोएम होता है. पोएम में एक थॉट चलता है. थॉट जो है शुरू होता है और थॉट अंत तक होता है, यानी कि लंबा होता है. एक पोएम भी हो सकता है. ठीक है, एक एंटायर पोएम कैन बी एलिगोरी. ये हो सकता है. ठीक है, अब आती है कि हम लोग आते हैं सिमिली में. सिमिली कितना देर के लिए काम करता है? सिमिली कितना कब रहता है? सिमिली कब कह सकते हैं? जब दोनों दो चीज के बीच में तुलना होती है, लेकिन दोनों अलग अलग होना चाहिए. ठीक है, तुम मोहन जैसे लगते हो, तो मोहन भी मनुष्य है और क्या नाम है, तुम भी मनुष्य हो. अगर यहाँ पे कंपैरिजन करके हम लोग कहते हैं तो ये सिमिली नहीं होगी. सिमिली का पहला शर्त है कंपैरिजन तो होना चाहिए, लेकिन उसमें दोनों चीजें अलग अलग क्षेत्र से होनी चाहिए. डिफरेंट इन नेचर होना चाहिए, स्वभाव में अलग होना चाहिए. हाँ, ऑब्जेक्ट ही अलग होना चाहिए. जैसे यू आर लाइक मून, तो देखिए ठीक है, यू है, हिंदी में हम लोग बोलेंगे यू का मतलब तुम होता. तुम मतलब ह्यूमन बीइंग है, और मून जो है एक अलग सेलेस्टियल ऑब्जेक्ट है. हाँ, सैटेलाइट है, हम लोग कह सकते हैं. तो वो लोग अलग अलग है, तो हम लोग यहाँ पे कंपैरिजन कर सकते हैं. उसमें कंपैरिजन में दिखाई क्या पड़ता है? जनरली दिखाई पड़ता है एकदम साफ क्लियर कंपैरिजन होता है. हाँ, और कंपैरिजन जो है एकदम एक्सप्लिसिट होता है, एकदम साफ होता है, समझ में आता है कि दोनों चीजें ये है. तो हम लोग इसको भी लिख सकते हैं, द कंपैरिजन इज shown by the word as. the comparison is clear here. इसको भी हम लोग लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो फिर हम लोग नेक्स्ट डे भी डिस्कस करेंगे. थोड़ा सा फिर से सिमिली भी करते हैं और क्या मेटाफोर भी करेंगे. ठीक है, मेटाफोर हल्का सा ये है, पोएम में थोड़ा समझने में दिक्कत लगता है, क्योंकि दोनों कंपैरिजन को इस तरह से कर देते हैं. जैसे यू आर वर्किंग, अब देखो you are working, here the comparison has been done between a dog and a human being. So what is the difference? The difference is the comparison is shown by like in simile, and in this metaphor comparison, barking, the human being and the dog has been united, so united that the comparison looks one. That human being is a dog. They are not two different objects. Okay, they are looking like human being. You are barking. Why are you barking? Why are you roaring? क्यों दहाड़ रहे हो? क्यों हल्ला कर रहे हो? That sort of comparison. हल्ला नहीं, क्यों दहाड़ रहे हो? हाँ, मियाँ मियाँ मत करो. हम लोग जो इस तरह से बोलते हैं, तो ये हम लोगों का क्या हो गया? ये सब फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच में आता है. और फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच आज से नहीं चला आ रहा है. दिस इज फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. व्हेन द स्पीच comes on into the earth, it is very difficult to tell everybody that when it began. In every language there is such comparison. Before the existence of such a correct language. Okay, so it is very difficult to say that rhetoric comes first or language comes first. लेकिन you can understand that language comes first, then comes grammar. So you can understand that rhetoric begins with the speech of human being, with the language of human being, and there was no grammar. Then how can you say that the only correct speeches are This is my question. I don't just to tell everybody to understand me and accept my opinion. Only correct speeches are quoted in figures of speech. How can you say? Then okay, now we have nothing to do with what is correct or what is not correct. Okay, we have to just identify in your question papers what is simile, which line contains simile, which line contains metaphor. Okay, that is our concern, and we will complete it in our next classes. Metaphor we will talk about. I will share my knowledge on this point in my next class. Bye.